Hi, my name is Mary Stone, and this is my reflection on the persuasive speech we just turned in. The first question is, what was the purpose of the speech? The purpose of the speech was to teach us how to outline properly, how to gather our information and present it to an audience, and present how we feel towards the topic, not just the research, and try to persuade someone to feel the same way that we do, or at least express how we feel about the topic. The next question is, how did you feel going into this speech presentation? Before going into the presentation, I was really nervous, but once I got into it and got into the flow, it was pretty easy for me to complete the speech without any complications. Third question, did your speaker anxiety increase or decrease as you began your speech? It definitely decreased. I did many takes of this speech. It took me a long time to finalize how I wanted it to look, and the more and more times I practiced and the more times I went through my entire speech, it was definitely easier, and my anxiety definitely decreased a lot. Fourth question, was your technology adequately prepared? What could be done differently or better? As far as my technology goes, I think that everything was probably up to par. There's nothing really that could have been done differently. I know how to use all of the programs that I use pretty decently well. Fifth question, in terms of structure and organization, what element felt natural to you? What felt natural was probably the outline. Since I've done outlines so much in the past, that was probably definitely the one big thing that was natural to me. What felt odd? What odd was probably actually trying to persuade someone. I'm much better at just straight facts and presenting the information. It was harder to put my opinion into the speech. How did you consider your audience when developing your speech? I didn't really consider my audience when I put this speech together. I considered how I felt about the topic, and then I went off that. I didn't really care about how anybody else felt. The speech was persuading them on how I felt. However, I did take into consideration those who would feel differently, and I included that into my speech. What did your speech do that worked? What didn't? What areas can you target for improvement? The one big thing in my speech was that I didn't have an audience. That was harder for me to put together this time. Last time I did have an audience. This time I did not. I wasn't able to collect those people to watch me give my speech, so that is definitely one of the things that I do need to improve on for my next speech. The one thing that I connected from the things that we had read in our book was chapter 11. It's on page 107. It's about the introduction, like the structure of introduction, and there's a couple of different steps. What I felt was really helpful and beneficial for me is to it's step 2, clearly state the relevance of your topic, and that's what I kept doing over and over in my speech, is expressing what the topic was and continuously saying the phrase designer babies over and over and over, and really expressing how I felt and how society felt about the topic. So that was really one step that was very helpful for me in this speech. So thank you.